Okay.
We're live.
All right. Good afternoon. Well, good evening, everybody. Not afternoon or good evening. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2026, a little bit after 7 p.m. You have 5 hours to get your taxes postmarked and in the mail. If you're not going to be ready with them, I strongly suggest that you file an extension so that you do not get hit with any penalties, although they still might get you if you owe a lot of money because, they want their money.
Makes sense.
As we've discussed, as we discussed all week, they now are using AI to help track down those of us that aren't paying their fair share.
Those of us
Although
that
I
are
thought,
paying our fair share, but just not enough for their liking.
correct. And I thought taxes were something that we really didn't have to pay.
Oh, initially, but then it became
Right.
ratified as a federal mandate across the nation. I believe it was in the 1930s. I want to say maybe a little
I was going to
earlier.
say 40s.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
it was actually
I thought it
earlier.
was,
Oh no,
it could
I
be.
know what I'm
It was,
confusing. We've implemented federal taxes on multiple occasions to pay for wars, but it became a permanent
mm-hmm.
installation after World War II, if I remember correctly. Yes.
I think that's what it was. Hey, Jeannie, good to see you, babe.
And hi, Jeannie. Oh, I'm still out of breath. Sorry.
Yeah. So go ahead, and you've had quite a. I don't know. Let me go first because my day's
Yeah.
kind of depressing, and yours could kind of be uplifting. So as you know, I was supposed to go downtown today and spend most of the day there. But last night, my body decided it was going to be extremely uncooperative, and I am truly out of my mind in pain. You're lucky that the shears are 4 rooms away, or I probably would have cut my whole foot off by now, my left foot. And
Is bugging
fortunately,
you.
I see neurology. Yeah, fortunately, I see a new neurology specialist next week. And, I'm at the point of it's getting to be of no return. I am not living the rest of my life like this. It's off the chain. And so I canceled what we were going to do today. I was in such bad pain, I didn't even take the baby.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that's how bad it was. And unfortunately, I just found out the baby was bad as shit.
Good thing or bad
I
thing?
had
Hard to decide.
bad. Well, for me, I'm laughing my ass off. They so they said that's because he wasn't down here with me. And I said,
Uh-huh.
probably. He
That would
didn't go
make
to sleep till
sense.
1. Yeah, he didn't go to sleep till 1:30, and I get him down between 10 and 10:30, and he sleeps 4 to 5 hours. So go
Oh,
figure.
wow. That's funny.
So I figure I'm gonna have a pistol on my hands tomorrow. So I'm gonna go to town on Friday, and luckily we're off on Friday. So
Yeah.
um, and that's where we're at. And I mean, I was popping pain meds. I normally don't. I might take them once or twice a day. Uh, I can take stuff up to 6 times a day, and I'm telling you, I was taking everything under the sun, every freaking thing I had. Other than, oh, now that I think about it, there's a shot in the. I wonder if there's any moonshine left. Hmm.
If it
I gotta go look in
works,
the
take
freezer.
it.
Yeah. Uh, I really don't at this point know what to do. I'm at my wit's end
Mm-hmm.
of what to do,
That's been me with my hands
and
and wrists the last couple of days. I've actually had to break down and put on Voltaren gel and capsaicin combined
yeah,
and barely getting relief. And
yeah.
my daughter was looking for the triple antibiotic cream, and accidentally grabbed well, she didn't put it on, but she grabbed the tube of capsaicin and realized that that
Oh,
would not be
geez.
smart to put where she pulled out a hangnail.
Uh-huh.
And that
Yeah.
would be a big
That was
mistake. You should have seen the look on her face
big
when she
time.
realized it.
Yeah.
But
And I have all that sitting here. I
but it
have
doesn't always
all the,
work.
yeah, I have the Voltaren. I have the I have the, what you call with the strips, the pads, the
Yeah, it
roll-on
doesn't work
hickeys.
for
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like, it took enough of my pain because I don't use it all the time, but it took enough off of my wrists and my hands that I could, at least focus on something I was doing. If I
Hmm.
was watching a video or playing a game, that's what I needed it to do. Is just enough for me to focus, but it was a nightmare trying to fall asleep last night because of my pain levels in every inch of my
Hmm.
body with my pain meds. So I do know where you're coming from.
Right. So I have there are nerve endings that are basically dying. And until they're gone and I completely lose feeling and everything is completely gone, right?
You're just going to
You
be
still have,
miserable.
right, you have things snapping and zinging and running down the whole length of your leg and back up again and in your
Yuck.
toes. I mean, I'm telling you, them two toes, crazy bee.
I
If
know.
I
If
had
I
them
could have cut off my
two
hands
things,
with some scissors, I know the feeling.
they'd be. I mean, I seriously, I told you I wasn't going to do any surgeries, but this whole foot situation may be early fall, and I told you he's going to amputate the two baby toes.
Uh huh.
So, because for him to try to save them,
It's
uh,
useless.
it's useless because the chances of infection are
Mm-hmm.
so great because of the depth that's in the nerves. So, I
Yeah.
just and then my luck, I'll get phantom pain. You know what I mean? I'll have
Oh, you're
two.
going
I'll be
to.
breathing.
Here's
Yeah,
the thing. It doesn't matter what is removed, whether it's surgical or traumatically removed. You're going to have phantom pain. Like, it's almost a given.
wow.
I talked to a patient who lost her finger when she was 5 to
Yeah,
accident when they were chopping wood, her and her brother, because this was back in like the
yeah,
20s, the 1920s
right,
ish. And she said that for about 3 years, she could feel pain in that finger, even though you can look at it and see there's no finger. And
right,
she would
right.
still feel there's pain. So, I mean, she was probably one of the first cases of it.
Wow,
Can we
that's
have a
just
foot
why.
stream before? Oh my God, Vanilla.
What does he want?
Can we have a foot stream before? So
Oh, steam. He says foot steam, or
oh, foot
you
steam or
mean stream?
stream? I think you meant
Yeah,
stream.
if you want. I don't think you want to see a broken foot. It's in
Yeah.
pretty bad. Yeah, the whole foot needs, yeah, redone.
I will say old ladies'
That's
feet are not nearly as beautiful as when we were younger.
Oh, hell no. I mean, right now they're so swelled up, and I took, I'm allowed to be on a high dose of Lasix, so we stripped all kind of water off. But right now, my toes are bigger than my thumb. That's how swelled up my feet are.
Yeah,
They're
that's not
cracked.
good.
They're
That's
bleeding. The
risking of
knuckles.
infection too, where it's
Yep.
cracked.
Hmm. Yep. The knuckles are all have what it looks like if you took a pin and popped it, like water would ooze out of it. That's all I want to do is take a pin
But
to
that
them, but
doesn't
I know that,
actually work that way because it's in between the cells themselves where the water is building up, not just under
yeah,
the tissue. So even if you poke your foot a million times, water's not really going to ooze out unless you have weeping
yeah,
edema, which is a really messy edema to have.
yeah.
You don't want that one.
It just sucks. I'm telling
Hmm.
you, I'm truly going out of my mind.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not good
Oh.
at all. But we can pray
So,
for
and then
you
we're
and
on.
hope it gets better.
uh, I doubt. Well, we know what the outcome is, so I'm just fighting it tooth and nail. The outcome is going to
But
be
the
a
longer you
wheelchair.
fight it, the worse it gets.
No, we're going to fight it. You're going to have to drag me into the fucking wheelchair. I'm not going till the last. You're going to have to drag me. I
You
mean,
are
when I
so
was in the
stubborn.
nursing, yeah, I am. When I was in the nursing facility for that month, uh, and I was had to use the wheelchair at certain times. They wouldn't let me use the walker,
Yeah.
and I'd have to go from my room upstairs on the elevator and get into physical therapy. And they're like, "D, if you would just use the wheelchair at home, think of how easy you'd be able to pick the baby up and just wheel around and do this and do that." And I'm like, "You're out of your mind."
Until you
Because
forget to
once you
brake
get
when
in
you
it,
pick them up and everything goes all over the
yeah,
place.
uh-huh. I'm like, I don't see. I feel like once I would get in it, that would be it. I would never get out of
But
it, and I'm not doing.
I knew a doctor and he believed that once you fall or once you break your hip, that's pretty
Oh
much
yeah,
your
that's
end of
it.
life. And
Yeah,
it's really strange is that he had a fall and then 12 days later he passed away.
yeah. For most women, and that you can look that up statistically.
Fall and
YouTube.
broken hip is
Yeah.
usually you got like a year.
Uh huh.
Oh, Vanilla
Yep.
says, sorry, voice to text sucks. I agree. You should see the messages I get from my ex husband. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
what?
I was trying to send Crazy B a message this morning about how bad my feet were, like my feet were swelled, and it kept saying something to the effect like, "So I spit," or
No, you fed
it
her
was so
spit.
random,
You put
stupid. Yeah,
it was saying I fed her. You fed her spit.
yeah.
And I'm like,
I fed her
what?
spit, and we're like, "What? Wait, what? What does I fed her spit have to do with feet?" I mean, I'm done with this new iPhone doing voice to text. It
I don't
sucks.
use it ever. I never use talk
Yeah.
to text, no matter how bad my
So
hands hurt. Never.
yeah. So from now on, I'm gonna let it go. You know what I mean, and send it to my friends, whichever way it comes out. I'm gonna see if
See
you
who
guys
gets it.
decipher it. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean she fed her spit? What are you talking about?
Well,
You know?
here's the thing: is with me having so many years of experience with my ex husbands, talk to text messages and other things, and well, just his talk and his regular speech in general. It's
Right.
a miracle. I can decipher just about any typing, but
Right.
talk to text still sometimes makes me scratch my head and think for a few seconds.
Uh-huh. Makes
Because
you
I
go,
can
hmm.
handle typos, no problem. Typos,
Right.
not a problem.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
no big
English to me.
deal.
But
Right.
talk to text sometimes puts in shit that has nothing to do with it
Uh-huh.
whatsoever. And you're like, huh? And then
Uh-huh.
you
That's
might get
how
me sending you a question mark. Um,
that's happened. Yeah, that's happened quite often with us, right?
yeah, I sent
And I'm
back a
like, "Well,
question mark or are you okay? Did you have a
yeah,
stroke?
yeah, did I have a stroke? That's pretty funny. Oh,
Because some of the stuff, because like my grandmother used to, when she would want a glass of water, would say something about getting her a chair. And it was because of the stroke damage. Her words got mixed. And so,
okay.
like, I am familiar with that happening as an after effect of a stroke. So, there is that.
It's possible. You never know, right?
Yeah.
It's always good to send a question to your friends when they're acting kind of on the weird side
And if
or
they don't
you
answer within like 10
yeah.
minutes, just call anyways because you never
Uh-huh.
know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was my day. So right before we went live and I called you, I thought you were going to piss your pants laughing. What was so funny?
My ex brother in law dropped off our Escalade and he needed a ride back home to finish working on his car, that kind of thing, because he borrowed it today to go get a part. And he's like, what's so strange is somebody was tracking me today. And they're like, it sent me screenshots of the map of where I was at. And it took me a second to process whether I should say something or not. And I'm like, is it the tracker we have on our own vehicle? Just letting you know because it bounces off of the Android networks. And he's like, "You have a tracker?" Yeah, we told you this because we go to the major cities so much for my health. We figured it was better to put a tracker on the vehicle. Oh, you should have seen the moment of like dawning on him from like sheer shock and horror that someone was stalking him in panic to what the fuck? You have a tracker? You were following? No. It's in case the car gets stolen, you idiot. Like, I wanted to
Oh my
say it.
God.
I bit my tongue. And then it dawned on him, oh, yeah, they did tell me about this months ago because of all the times they got to go to the major cities. And my one rheumatologist is in downtown Louisville, like smack downtown, where they're like you go a block, like the entire blocks surrounding the hospital property are nothing but meth
Okay.
heads, crackheads, sitting on the corners. You don't go there without a weapon. Like we stopped at a McDonald's and we had to park in the parking lot. I made sure the gun was mounted on the magnetic mount on the center console in case I needed to grab it fast. But
Jeez.
I'm telling you, it is sheer freaking insanity where I have to go sometimes, but it was funny as all hell. And then I got thinking, damn, I should have never said anything and just let him think the government was stalking him because he knows me.
Right, right. That's funny. That's
So
funny as shit.
but it actually put me into an asthma attack before we got
From
on
laughing
here.
so hard, right?
So if you hear like a
Um,
whistling pitch or anything from my end, it's usually my nebulizer because it's an atomizing one. And oh my God, yeah.
yeah,
I
he
was
was uh he was
dying
beside
laughing.
himself. Yeah, she was beside herself with
I had time to calm down while you were
right.
talking about it, your
Yep.
day. But oh my God, it was funny as all hell to see his face go from the three different emotions that he went, the major emotions,
That's
to,
funny.
oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because
Uh-huh.
he thought his
Yeah.
phone or something was bugged, and it's like, dude, no, the tracker on the Escalade gives
That
updates to where it's
yeah,
at. So if it's stolen, I can report it stolen.
right. Could you imagine him in the car and he's getting pinged, You're on B Street. You just made a left onto,
It
A
sent him a
Street.
message
Yeah.
when he left his home. It sent him a message when he got downtown. It sent him a message when he returned back home. Uh
Oh
huh.
wow.
Mm hmm. It's like, that, that's, and this was a $9 tracker, $9.99 from Amazon. That's magnetically mounted somewhere on the big Escalade. So it's
Yeah, you
funny.
can't. I'll tell you what, for that price,
I can't
and what car
complain.
alarms, yeah, for what car alarms cost to be installed,
Oh, and
to
let's
have a
not forget,
$9
I have
tracker,
the dash cam and the rear cam too in there. So,
right?
yeah, it's kind of funny. It's
Wow.
really kind of funny. Because the car's protected all around. And that dash cam records whenever the car gets jostled to a certain degree.
Okay.
So like, you slam the car door too hard, the camera comes on and starts recording around the vehicle. It's
Okay.
called Sentinel mode. And so when the car's parked at night, no one can mess with it. Or when it's parked in general, it has a battery. So even if you unplug it, it can still record. And I don't tell everyone that feature very often, and I know a lot of my family don't watch this, but it's still, so what? They'll forget. But yeah,
Right. Right.
I mean, that was a $40 camera from Amazon. The camera set with the wires and everything.
Okay.
That was only 40
Yeah.
bucks. I didn't have to spend no top dollar for anything, and it works
Right.
great. You got to provide your own SD card, and it holds up to 62 gigs, I believe, and it could take up to a 62 gig SD card. And he
Okay.
like so we did all this security stuff because we knew I was going to have to be going to Louisville so frequently. And
Right.
it's like, yeah, to see him, he totally forgot about it. He had no clue. He could not remember a thing about it. But God, it was so hilarious to see him come in
Oh my
in a
gosh.
panic that he was being stalked
Track.
and
Yep.
tracked. Yeah. Oh, it was funny.
Wow.
It was funny. And I won't be
Sometimes
so nice next time.
every once in a while you're able to get a good one in. You know what I mean?
Oh God. But for $10 on Amazon. Really?
Yeah. Right. Maybe you could throw that if you can find it. You could throw the link up in the Discord
Yeah, I can do
for
that for
people.
everybody if they want it.
Yeah.
It pairs with Android. They do have an iOS model for Apple phones or
Right.
ISO, whatever it is.
Right.
So there is an
Yeah.
Apple one for about the same price last I checked. But I'll grab it and drop it in
Yeah.
Discord. I forgot to make the cooking channel, the recipe channel. Shit, that's
Oh,
another
that's
thing I got to
okay.
do too. But I'll get this all squared away. But I'll yeah, grab that link for you guys, and I'll grab the link for the camera too, and we're not paid by
Okay.
these people. We're not paid. This is not
Right.
a sales pitch for
Advertisement.
them.
Yep.
This is I've
Right.
used them for about 6 months now, and I love them. I love
Right.
these, and I actually went back and got more of the trackers for our wallets, and it does the same thing.
Hmm.
And so, like my son, constantly, where's my wallet? I put the tracker in your wallet. Just use your phone. You know that thing you connected to it when we first bought it, and he does, and now he's getting in the habit of doing that. And yeah, my daughter
Yeah. And
loses
they're
her purse and
yeah.
wallet all the time, and I'm getting four more for the keys, or for my daughter to
Right.
put one in her purse separate from her wallet, and that way it gets stolen. We know where it is, and I actually want to convince her to put it in the lining of her purse, not just
Right. So
in the
that
purse,
nobody
but
can find it.
split it,
Correct.
resew it, leave it in there.
Yep.
And that way, if it gets stolen, it's not going to get thrown
Where
out
it
the
is.
window. Yep.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's
Yeah,
on the
and
to
they
do
can be
list.
used. Yeah, they can be used. Put them on your pet's collar.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
For a lot of
absolutely.
things for your children. If
Their backpacks.
their backpacks, you know where they're at all times.
Make it look, you can actually, if you really want to get creative, make it look like a shoe charm and tie
Mm-hmm.
it to their
And put
shoe.
it on their shoe. Yep.
I have nothing wrong with doing something like that. I wish this stuff had been more affordable when my kids were little. I
Yeah.
really would have used it
Well,
without them
that's
even
stuff.
knowing.
Yeah.
Put it in the
Yeah. It all
liner of
comes.
their coat.
Yep.
Sorry.
It all comes down in prices. You
Hmm.
know, things are things are used. I mean, shit. My first microwave was like $450.
And now you can get one for $50.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Oh, remember the first cordless phones, like $100, and
Oh
now you can
yeah.
get them for
Uh
20.
huh. Yep.
Bluetooth, $150 for one that needed a AAA battery.
Uh huh.
$150. Now
Yep.
those are obsolete. We have
Yep.
rechargeable.
Yep.
Like that. I mean, remember, like we used to have a special adapter for your phone calls and your tape players and CD players to your
Uh huh.
car. Now it's just
Yep.
all in one. Connect your phone via Bluetooth and play music
Oh,
that
do
way.
it. It's good to go.
I
Yep.
remember having to have those special tape adapters.
I know.
God, I had like seven of those suckers.
We've talked about it. I have it all. I still have my original Radio Shack, two Radio Shack computers
Yup.
from back in the day.
God.
They're probably worth something.
Oh,
Oh,
vanilla
by the
flat screen
way,
TVs. Yes.
yeah. So, by the way, I talked to the pharmacist about this whole sinus thing going on.
Uh huh.
And so they're recommending the Mucinex D.
Okay.
So it's guiafacin and the Sudafed extended release.
I've
If this
used it
doesn't work,
before.
okay. If this doesn't work, so we'll get rid of the two toes and then the head. And then I should feel better.
That kind of
All right.
doesn't work out for me, but okay.
Mm-hmm. So we
At
just
least
took
keep the
that
head.
because
At least keep the
yeah,
head.
the Benadryl was helpful, but it just isn't moving and it's so drying and ugh,
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand this. I mean, it's nice that everything is blooming, and I got to get some pictures on Friday of everything.
Oh, I know.
But it's just craziness
My daughter and
this
I got to
year.
sneak out to trim off about 3 foot of our rose bush. My
Mm-hmm.
ex-husband's going to be mad because he wants it to keep growing, but we are holding off on doing some of the garden stuff until more this fall. He doesn't even want
Right.
to replace the garden. So why are we going to get all this, the arch and the stuff for the roses to grow on? No, we're not doing anything until we dig
Until,
that up
right,
and put it in right.
right,
And so he's upset, but we're still getting the clips to hold it to the frame that it is against until we can get the new one. These
right.
are the ones that you just pop open with a screwdriver. They're really easy. Um, but he's gonna
What
be
about
mad as hell.
what are they called? Uh you can use them for computer cords and
Oh, zip ties. The only thing with zip
yes,
ties is that sometimes the plant branch will grow thicker than what the zip tie is spaced for.
yeah. Can you leave it a little bit bigger though?
But the thing is, the rose bushes, we don't know this one's diameters. I don't know even which like breed of rose this
They
is.
do now. They do make them in a material that has like teeth to them,
Well,
like
the
it
only
reminds
problem
you of a
is that
key.
if the plant grows around the zip tie, let's say you don't get out there in time to get it clipped and put a new one on to the right size, if it grows over
No,
it,
no,
it,
no,
it kills the rose bush.
no, no. This is a cloth one, okay, and it has like
Oh, the
teeth, like
fabric
jagged edges.
ones. Yeah,
Yes,
the Velcro ones.
yeah.
I
Either the Velcro or
or
the
the
fat
teeth.
or the ones, yeah, that have the teeth that you can move it. You should price that and see if that's any
Yeah, because I know
cheaper.
we're getting like 50 clips for like $5.
Oh,
So
that's cheap.
yeah, for me, it's not that big of a deal either way. Well,
Yeah,
these clips are actually cheaper than buying some zip ties that could do
right,
damage, especially if you got to get the large ones that you can expand and stuff. So that's why
right,
for us it was just easier to get the clips because they're reusable. You just pry them open and then move them to the next level or whatever you need if the
right,
plant starts to outgrow them. And if the plant does overgrow them, it's not as bad for the plant, I guess is what it said.
correct.
So,
Yeah,
because it's not one little piece that eventually grows it's like this, it's like a half inch wide and it's like, I think almost an inch or so in diameter. So no matter what, if the plant grows over, there's space for the material to still grow, the plant cells and stuff to grow between it because it's got the open ridges. It's like got the top
right.
bands and then like little support bands that you can still the plant still grows through. So even
We
if you
we
forget
we
it, it's
we're
not going to
get
kill it.
we got you. We
Okay,
got you.
sorry. Well, for the
That's
people
okay. We
who are
got
going to
you.
be on Spotify, maybe they need it. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe someone doesn't
this is
know.
true. This is true.
I don't
But
know.
they would be similar to the the girls' hair clips that you
Yeah,
can find either in the dollar store or at Walmart. The
the
claw
spider
clip.
clips. Yeah, or the
Yeah.
yeah. I call them spider clips because they look like fucking
Okay.
spiders.
Of course you would make that analogy. Okay. All right. Let's get
Anyways,
rolling. We got a big one today.
yeah, that we do. Cause dipshit, turns out he is more guilty than initially thought.
Oh yeah. All
So,
right.
all right, now
What do
everyone
we
can see
have up
what we're
first?
seeing. We have this
Okay.
dude. Um, I'm gonna
Yeah, we haven't
probably
played him for quite some time.
yeah. Well, he went on a going through and evaluating Candace Owens for like 3 months, so there wasn't really
I
anything to
see.
cover. So, but on this one,
Gotcha.
yeah. So, all right,
Okay.
I managed to cut it down to 9 minutes. Or no, it didn't even
Cool.
have to cut much down, anyways. So that's the good news. It's a
Okay,
relatively
good.
easy one.
1 week ago, Eric Swalwell was the frontrunner for governor of California. Today, he resigned from Congress, and FBI Director Kash Patel just invited him to come sit down with the FBI. That happened in 7 days. Now, I covered the political side of this story in detail over on my political channel, The Power Pundit. But what Swalwell said in his so called apology, and what a certain senator just did in front of cameras today, that is pure body language guy territory. Let me walk you through 4 clips and you tell me what you see. So, last Friday, after the San Francisco Chronicle and CNN published accusations from 4 women, including a former staffer who says he assaulted her while she worked for him, Swalwell posted a video on X.
A lot has been said about me today through anonymous allegations. I thought it was important to see and hear from me directly. These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are absolutely false. They did not happen. They have never happened. And I will fight them with everything that I have.
Flat false. They did not happen. They have never happened. 3 denials in a row. And if he stopped right there, you might buy it, but he kept going.
They also come on the eve of an election where I have been the front-runner candidate for governor in California. I do not suggest to you in any way that I'm perfect or that I'm a saint. I've certainly made mistakes in judgment.
How is it that he's the front runner when he had legitimate ties to Fang Fang?
Because the other option was the fucking idiot that's still there right now. Gavin Newsom.
Newsom.
It was Newsom or
They
Swalwell.
Don't have term limits. Don't they have term limits in California?
I don't think governors get term limits, do they? Let me Google.
I thought they did.
Hold on.
One moment, please, while we verify what the hell we're talking about. And if you haven't done so already, thank you for joining Rex Sisters. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, subscribe, and most importantly, set your notifications.
Okay. So in 25 states, only 37 states have term limits, okay? But in those, governors are limited to 2 consecutive terms, but can run again after a break. And that is Arkansas, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee are the main ones.
But they only get 2 terms total.
No,
correct?
No. Then they can run 2 more, take a break, 2 more, take a break. Only limited to 2 consecutive terms. Lifetime limits. Okay. Governors cannot serve more than 2 terms in their lifetime. California, Delaware, Michigan, Montana, Nevada, and Oklahoma. I find that hard to believe. Time-based limits. 4 states, including Indiana and Oregon, limit governors to 8 out of 12 years. Montana and Wyoming require 2-term pause. Strict limits. Virginia limits the governors to a single consecutive term, requiring a 4-year wait before running again. No term limits are, the rest of the states, basically. And 2-year terms. Yeah.
Will you send that to me, and would you put that in the show notes for us?
Yes, I can.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's very interesting to know.
Why are they all so different? Why can't they all be the same so that
because each state is entitled to rule itself its own way.
I get that, but I'm just saying it makes things complicated.
It does, but there ain't really much we can do about it. And it sucks.
Yep.
Why am I spelling wrong? How can I spell governor wrong?
I don't know.
Oh, I missed an R. Okay. I apologize for my confusion there. Oops. Nope, I did that wrong. My hands hate me. No, that was not wise. No, no. Um,
All right, you're talking to
hold on.
yourself now.
Yeah,
People
hold on.
think
Let
that
me
you're
hit play.
possessed. Yep.
Mistakes are between me and my wife. And to her, I apologize deeply for putting her in this position.
Catch that? The man just said flat false, absolute denial, nothing happened, and then in the same video he apologizes to his wife for mistakes in judgment. So, which one is it? Because flat false and I apologize to my wife for mistakes are two sentences that do not belong in the same video. One of those statements is a lie, and I think you already know which one. So X gave him a community note for that video, by the way. The note pointed out that these are not anonymous accusations. Multiple women came forward publicly, including a former staffer. Now, if the name Eric Swalwell sounds familiar and you can't remember why, let me remind you, this is the same man who spent years on the House Intelligence Committee pushing the Russia collusion story. He went on TV over and over telling Americans that Donald Trump was an agent of Russian intelligence. And meanwhile, the FBI pulled Swalwell aside in 2015 to tell him that a woman in his orbit, a Chinese national named Christine Fang, was a suspected spy for the Chinese Communist Party. She had been fundraising for his campaign. She had been placing interns in his congressional office. So the man accusing Trump of being compromised by Russia had a Chinese intelligence operative operating inside his own office. And just 2 weeks ago, he was trying to block Kash Patel and the FBI from releasing the files on that case. I bring this up because you need the pattern. This is a man who has been hiding things for a very, very long time, and now 5 women have come forward. Today, in Beverly Hills, a woman named Lona Drews held a press conference with her attorney, Lisa Bloom.
He raped me. And he choked me. And while he was choking me, I lost consciousness. And I thought I died.
She says,
I want to say hi to Brent over in the chat who just popped in.
Hey, Brent.
it happened in 2018. She had 1 glass of wine. She believes Swalwell drugged her drink. They were supposed to go to a political event, and he told her he needed to get paperwork from his hotel room. And by the time she got to the room, she could not move her arms or her body.
Oh, yeah, she
is
was
the
drugged.
5th woman to accuse Eric Swalwell of sexual misconduct. But Drews says she documented the assault in a handwritten calendar at the time, and she later went to therapy at a sexual assault center. Her attorney says they are filing a police report with the Los Angeles County Sheriff immediately. And this is on top of a criminal investigation already underway by the Manhattan District Attorney in New York for a separate incident. Now, here is where the body language guy in me cannot stay quiet. Senator RUBEN Gallego of Arizona is, by all public accounts, Eric Swalwell's best friend in Congress. Swalwell called Gallego my best friend in the world. On his own campaign website, Gallego chaired Swalwell's presidential campaign in 2020. They were roommates in Washington, D.C. They went on a trip to Qatar together, rode camels shirtless in the desert. This is documented. They posted photos. And on April 7th, when the first rumors started, Gallego defended Swalwell on social media. He reposted Swalwell's defiant video and said, "When you are in first place is when they target you." 3 days later, Gallego withdrew his endorsement. By Monday, Gallego released a statement 45 minutes before Swalwell resigned, calling him no longer fit for Congress. And he told a Fox reporter, quote, he literally
I'll tell you
led
why.
a double life and
After I stopped choking on Kool-Aid, because he'll lose his seat if he keeps defending him.
Yeah. Well, he's going to, and we'll find out why later.
Yep. So, oh God, sorry, I'm choking on Kool-Aid.
many of us. This was your best friend, your roommate, the man you went on trips with, and you had no idea? Well, then today reporters asked Gallego about that viral video, the one showing Swalwell on a bed kissing a woman who is not his wife with another man sitting right next to them on the same bed. And people online have been saying that that other man looks like Gallego. And watch what happens.
You know, I don't know what's going on with his family, but it's definitely a horrible situation for family. They're using that as a cover to attack me right now because they can't do it.
Him, I don't know, engaging in an affair.
No.
Never.
What about
Liar.
How do you
Just
explain
like
some of the photos the one?
Yep.
Okay, so maybe
All I gotta say is those eyes popped damn near out of his head.
He just, yep.
Holy cow. Alright. I'm gonna let this guy break it down. But it is weird that how quickly and emphatically he insisted on no.
And
That,
that's been your best friend forever.
yeah, for a long time in Congress. Yeah, if you have a best friend that you roommate with, yeah, you know what they're doing most of the time. Come on, really? Come on. You know they're coming and going. You know when they bring company over. You know when they don't come home for the night.
They were shirtless on Camelback. I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, it is the desert. It is kind of hot, but at least, you
Yeah,
know.
well, I'll bet the camels have something to say. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh, okay.
Me? Hey, maybe that's what the spit in your face meant on the frickin' translation today.
Oh, God. Oh,
shit.
shit.
I love it.
Yep. It's all you can do, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Lord. Oh, sorry. I had to close the program down. It was bogging us down. I'm keeping an eye on it. But, all right, let me hit play so we can hear a little bit more.
you can see all the pacifying gesture. He's trying to protect his chest with his hand. He's keeping his chin really close to his chest as well. This guy is terrified. It's really fun to watch what is going on. Well, I will just say this. When someone is telling the truth, they tend to say it simply and move on. When someone is not telling the truth, they stack denials, they over-explain, and they get very specific about what they did not do. I was not sitting next to him. I was not in the room. I don't even know where it happened. That is 3 statements about one question. You decide what that means. Ana Paulina Luna, the congresswoman from Florida who filed the motion to expel Swalwell, went on Fox News last night and said something that made Jesse Waters' jaw drop. She said she received a forensic report confirming the video is real and not AI generated. And she said that, according to what she has been told, the person who filmed that video in the hotel room was a female and she was underage. Now, Fox has not confirmed that. I have not confirmed that. Luna is stating what she says she was briefed on. But if that turns out to be true, Eric Swalwell's problems just went from political to criminal in a way that a resignation from Congress will not fix. And today, FBI Director Kash Patel posted this on X. Eric Swalwell has maintained that none of the allegations against him are true, and now that he has resigned, we would welcome him to sit down with the FBI and share any information he has. Door is open to all. So that is the FBI Director personally and publicly inviting a former congressman to come talk. That is not a casual request. So 1 week from frontrunner for governor of California to resigning from Congress under criminal investigation in Manhattan with 5 accusers on the record and the FBI asking him to come in for a chat.
Yeah. I think that chat's long overdue.
He's got problems.
Yeah.
Rex Sisters is bringing the receipts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are.
It's
All right, Crazy Bee. What do we have next?
another article. The forensic expert examined the video. I'm probably gonna need to
Okay.
make this bigger. It is super small. I think that might make
Okay.
it easier. And it was last
Okay.
updated
Let's see what
today at noon, Eastern Standard Time.
at noon.
Oh, daylight time.
Okay.
My bad.
So this is from Newsweek, people. Confirmation. The video appearing to show Eric Swalwell kissing a woman in a hotel bed were verified as authentic and do feature the now resigned California Democratic representative, according to a forensic report of the footage obtained by Newsweek. So it's confirming what Fox and what Jesus had to say. Commissioned and prepared in early January. Now that's interesting.
Oh, they've been building it.
Either building a case, or I don't like that we're almost in May, that it's taken 5 months. A digital forensic expert employed several methods to determine that the video was an authentic recording, not AI generated or manipulated, and said that his biometric analysis was consistent with the conclusion that the appearance of the adult male in the videos match Representative Eric Swalwell.
They're using plural videos, so evidently there's more than one.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Did Swalwell's attorney via email for comment. And there's a picture with the circle around. This is the pictures that we could not show you yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go back and look at the videos, it's in detail. I mean, to me, there's no denying that's him.
I like what Brett had to say. How the hell did this POS make it to a 7th term? He should have been looked into much more after Fang Fang.
Exactly. That's what I don't understand. How are they getting away with this?
I have no clue.
Okay. I know. Why does this matter? Swalwell suspended his campaign for California governor days after reports from the San Francisco Chronicle and CNN detailed allegations from multiple women against him for a variety of issues. Swalwell denied the allegations against him, with his legal rep calling them a calculated and transparent political hit job. Tuesday, he resigned from Congress amid growing calls to do so, as lawmakers from both parties pushed for his expulsion, just hours before a 5th woman came forward with new allegations.
And for those, we did talk yesterday about why these women would potentially come forward at this time.
We have an article to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Swalwell, 45, declined to comment on those accusations when reached via phone by Newsweek on Tuesday afternoon.
He answered the phone on accident, didn't have caller ID or didn't look.
Yeah.
Promise you that was the case.
It was like, oh.
Shit, I shouldn't have answered that one.
Okay. So now it's a confirmation of the videos that we showed yesterday that we couldn't because we didn't have a verified hit that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, also it wasn't because it was also just the verification thing, but at one point in one of the videos on X, the woman lays back and you can see up her dress, and I don't promote that in any way. We, in general, you didn't either. We both agreed that's a no-go. Just in general, that I ain't got time to blur out segments of video because it's inappropriate for YouTube. I try. I mean, there's some cases where it's important enough to do it and take the few moments, but because it's a moving thing, it's a lot harder to blur it out when they're moving around than just a still. So, Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Okay. What do we have next after this?
Influencer.
Oh, this is kind of scary. You're going to have to enlarge this one, though.
Okay.
Now, this is disturbing, if
Mm-hmm.
true. So, the influencer who, this is from People Magazine on yesterday, the influencer who helped break the case says that there is at least 30 more women who have shared stories of alleged misconduct.
Youch. Oh, there's
Hmm.
the TLDR.
Yeah, right.
But if
Can
we
you
want, we could go
enlarge that
through
a
it.
little bit, Crazy B?
Yep.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
do so.
just do I'm not going to read what it was about. Yeah, if you go down to where it says the influencer.
Hold on. I
So
gotta
the
close
influencer
that.
who helped.
Go ahead.
Okay. The influencer who helped spread the word about the misconduct allegations against him says she heard from more than 30 women who claim to have similar stories involving Swalwell. Cyan Hunt posts political content on her Instagram and TikTok pages and has over 200,000 followers on each platform. She didn't hesitate when her friend Anniken Albrecht reached out and asked her to help share the story of her accusations against Swalwell. 11 days is how long it took from when I reached out to Hunt to make the video to when the dam broke and all the articles were published, Albrecht told CBS News during a joint interview with Hunt and another Swalwell accuser, Ali Sammarco. In the days since the floodgates have opened, she was slammed with messages from other alleged victims. Some had similar stories to Albrecht and Sammarco. Sammarco first came forward with her allegations to CNN, and that information, we've already gone over all of that.
I thought that was Miss
Uh,
Drews. Or is that her lawyer?
I'm not positive. That there were two of them. The San Marco came out, and then Drew. I think Drew was second that came
Okay.
out.
I couldn't remember.
So there are chats and photos that obviously were going back and forth. Then he sent her a picture of a unpronounced thing between his pants. You get the message,
Yep.
and she thought that he was an untouchable, and he acted with total impunity and never thought that the consequences of his actions would follow him.
Oh, so a typical politician.
Mm-hmm. Albrecht's story is similar. And again, you guys can read through all of that. We've gone through all of it. If you want to scroll down Crazy B or up, whatever which way we go. And
Um. Okay, we can go to in the
yeah, that's
press.
the story. Yeah. So that pretty much
Sums it
the
up.
rest of the article, yeah, sums up what we've already talked about and goes into greater graphic detail. You can read that yourself.
Yep.
That'll be in the description below.
Yes. So, we're really trying to do our best to not get in trouble. So,
Correct. All right.
next up, we have another one from the Los Angeles Times.
And this is if you want to handle this one, Crazy B, this is a editorial.
Okay.
And we had a discussion. We had a discussion yesterday about why now. Why are women coming? Why are women coming forward now? I mean, particularly if there's over 30.
Yeah.
Why did these two women come now? Was it for political? Is it possible they asked for money? Is
Well,
it that
now
they were
that there's
traumatized?
a number of approximately 30, I would say it's a safety in numbers, is why the rest of
Yeah,
them, or they're just trying to
can
get in
feel
on the popularity and fame. I don't know.
right,
So
right.
we've seen that
But
happen.
the reason, this is a editorial as to why women would not
Ooh.
come forward
We can listen
in
to it.
cases. Okay.
That way I don't have to read and stumble on my words and do a liturgical again.
Oh, you don't want to do liturgical today? Oh, man. That's the only way we get shorts.
On a topic like this, it's probably best not to make a short
This
of
is
me
true.
fucking it up.
Okay.
All right. Oh, no. Okay, that just took us down to the bottom. Oh, shit. I thought it was going to move it to dark mode. Well, whatever. All right, here we go.
Why now? Because that's how trauma works. Get over it. By Anita Chabrier. This article is read by an automated voice. Why now? Why now? Every time a woman comes forward with her story of sexual assault, this is the first question she faces. Okay, maybe the second, after some variation of "Are you a lying slut?" At least we are consistent. But on behalf of all survivors everywhere, of any gender, identity, or age, let me give you some blanket answers to why now. Survivors come forward now, whenever now is, because they have reached the point in their recovery when facing the inevitable lying slut accusation is less terrible than watching their abusers.
I don't like that they automatically assume that the woman is a lying, promiscuous person. I don't like the way that they're using that, because that was not the first thing that came to my mind. My thought was, are they trying to get money? Is it someone paid them to come forward to derail
Politically
a campaign?
motivated. Yeah.
Not everyone thinks that way. And I don't like that it was thrown out there that everyone assumes that. You may have that feeling that people are judging you, but if you don't tell them, they don't know it happened. So you're just projecting this in a defensive way to not talk about it. And it is a crutch. I will be the first to admit it. It is a crutch to a degree. You're just using that excuse. But it's not necessarily what everyone around you is thinking, especially those who love you. And yeah, you come forward, you might get that from a handful of people, but most people are going to think differently. I still, to this day, the people who do know what happened to me in better detail never once assumed it was me doing well, I was actually in a really bad place, but it still should not have happened. It doesn't matter that I was in a place I should not have been, and that both my parents were very negligent at the time. Don't even get me started on that one. And it took years before I even told my parents what happened. So when it comes down to it, I was in the wrong place, but that does not mean it should have happened. So again, most women have been assaulted in some way, fashion, or form. And I actually was talking with my daughter about this. When a man tells you, "Oh, you're pretty," or "I love that shirt on you, it looks really good on you," that is not sexual harassment. That is not. That's a compliment. There's a difference.
Right.
And so a lot of people, because now work laws are so strict, they had to technically lower the bar on what's considered assault and harassment. I don't think that's the case with these women, because what they're describing, what they're talking about, and that's why I disapprove of the wording of what this columnist is using. I really think she's doing it on purpose, so that the second you question the victim, you're always in wrong. And I don't like that mentality.
Yep.
But we're going to keep playing. And I'm sorry about the little backstory to get to it, but I really I felt the need to put the logic out there as to why I don't like it. And I don't know if you feel, like I said, I can't speak for you on this one. Oh, I didn't say that. I needed to say it. I can't speak for you on that, what you feel about it. But
go ahead. It's like,
Yep.
Strut around as if that person is not a dangerous, cruel predator who is almost certainly going to hurt someone else if they are not stopped. Whether it's in Congress, on a movie set, in the halls of their school, wherever that predator is just living their life without consequence, there is a survivor who has been cowering in the shadows of her own life, in pain, wanting to scream to the world that this person is not what they seem. But the price of that honesty has always been steep, too steep. Even after #MeToo. Ask Cassie Ventura. Ask Jennifer Siebel Newsom. Ask E. Jean Carroll. Dolores Huerta.
E. Jean Carroll.
Wait a second. Eugene Carroll?
E.
Isn't
Jean
that the one that
Carroll.
accused Trump?
Yeah, Trump of inappropriately.
Yeah, but
with the outfit that was made 10 years after
it
the
wasn't
assault happened. Yeah.
right. But she got all that money, and didn't he take her to court and she was found that case was tossed? We'll have to
No,
look
he
at
was
that.
found liable,
There's
and
something.
he was appealing it. I don't know what happened with the appeal.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I think something happened with the appeal, if I recall
well, I
correctly. We'll
think the
look into
evidence of the
that.
clothing being out of date by however, like 10 years, the clothing wasn't even made she swears she was wearing this outfit, but they didn't make that outfit until 10 years or something like that after the incident, and I'm using
Yeah,
air quotes, happened. So I don't necessarily agree with them throwing someone who has very publicly been proven wrong and lying into this
right,
mix. This
right,
is as you can tell, it's a very biased article just by the wording, and
right.
I
And
struggle
again,
with that one.
it's an editorial, so it's an opinion piece. So,
Yeah,
but I think again, we try to
we need to listen to it.
come at things. Yeah, and we need to. This is the kind of stuff that's out there. This is what people are listening to, right? This what magazine is this?
LA
Crazy Booth?
Times.
Okay, so this is from the LA Times. And how many people live in LA and are following what's going on?
Well, so far 38 commented,
Oh,
so at least 38.
yeah. So, this stuff is being seen, it's being used, and you need to be able to look at this and use your critical thinking skills. And the names that are thrown out, there are names that I haven't heard of.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who they're talking about. That they're going to be names that we would have to take a look at if we're so inclined to do so. I mean, the one I do know is the Eugene Carroll one. I mean, all I hear is, Trump's a convicted rapist.
Oh, no, he was just found liable. He wasn't convicted. There's a difference.
Yeah.
And this is, again, where it still doesn't even make any sense in this because, again, E. Jean Carroll, all her details were pretty much thrown out the window when someone actually took the time to look further into it and bring it to the attention of someone who could do something about it. And so this is where, yes, it's important to listen to this stuff, even if we don't agree with it. And that's where we're sitting here throwing out critical thinking about this, because this is what should be happening to begin with. Not just saying, oh, it didn't happen, you're just lying to cover up for your behavior. That's not what we're saying. We're absolutely not saying that, but we are saying some things just seem a little bit off. Not enough to disprove, but, and again,
enough to question.
Question the details. Yeah. Always question the details. Right. Because that's where it is. It's always in the details. The devil is in the details, right? So
exactly.
All right, I'm sure we're going to pause this a few more times, but I'm going to push play and keep going. And I struggle with this. And again, it's a topic that does hit home for me. And I think that's another reason I am struggling too with it, is that this is BS, the way they're talking about this. So, all right.
Right.
Simone Biles. Even powerful women can't escape the blowback, the fear. Even powerful women are steamrolled over
and up.
Yes.
Simone Biles.
She was the gymnast that broke the dam on that doctor.
Okay. I was thinking of the news anchor person. Okay.
No. I believe that was the gymnast who broke open about the problems in the the Olympics teams.
And in the Olympics.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of creepy predators in places they should not be.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Schools, churches, hospitals, nursing homes,
Half your family reunions.
child care,
Mm-hmm.
child care facilities, family members. Where else?
Neighbors,
Work,
work. Yep.
neighbors.
It sucks that there's so many, and I
I'm
do
telling
know
you.
there are false accusations. I do know that happens. I know a
Yes.
couple people spoke to the people who accused them falsely, and they gave me their reasoning why. Still not a good reason. I'm sorry. They regret it.
Right.
And, one of
Right.
them ended up on a serious drug addiction and then cleaned up after so many years because they felt so bad about it. They were beating themselves up. They turned to drugs to try and forget about it. That never worked. That didn't work for me either. But
Right.
yeah, it's like I know people who've been there, done that, and that's why it's like, it's this is why I think there you cannot just instantly believe all victims is because there are false accusations. But you can't discount them either. You have to go at it neutrally. Is that so hard to ask
Correct.
for?
And I will no. And I will make one comment, and that is believe your children at least enough to
Investigate.
investigate or check into things. Yep.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Believe your children.
I couple family
Because,
members of
like you
mine,
said,
a couple of my cousins' kids and stuff.
mhm,
I wish their parents would have believed them about someone they actually talked about, and I encouraged them to tell their parents to take legal action. And the parents just disregarded it. Oh, that family member wouldn't do that to you guys. That neighbor wouldn't do that.
uh-huh,
Oh,
yep,
yes, they
right,
would. And
mhm,
you need to cut ties as soon as possible, contact, get it taken care of. And it's like, it's tough when exactly, but mostly because as an adult, you've probably known this person your whole life. They're your age or maybe a little bit younger, and you wouldn't think that they would do
mhm.
something like that. Don't put it past them.
Well, yeah, and I will also throw out your friends as
Mm-hmm.
kids.
Yes.
The group think mentality that happens, there's
Mm-hmm.
that.
Well, and there's been
Yeah.
a lot of cases of children assaulting other children this way recently.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like I think I
Children on
talked about it
children.
before. Our neighborhood kid, who's been known to show other little kids his genitals because he believes him and his mom convinced him he's a girl. And I told
Yeah.
that was brought to me by my niece, and I told her you need to tell your friends to report this because they were the ones who went through that. And they're all like, "Oh, he's just a little kid, can't do that." No, that's a red flag for the future.
Exactly. Yeah, it
That
is.
needs to
It's
be
set up
documented.
big
That
time.
needs to be put
Yep.
into a record somewhere and get that child proper help, not this whatever the mom's doing. And I don't even see that kid going to school. I
Correct.
think he's homeschooled. I've never seen him at
Uh-huh.
the schools. He's like 7 or
Like it's a bus
8
or
now.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never at the bus, never even outside playing in the yard anymore. I don't even get to see him outside. I don't know what's
Hmm.
going on. It's really baffling. And the drug flop house for teens across the road seems to have gotten shut down because the cops are stopping by more routinely. Um, I don't know what's going
Right.
on over there. Don't want to know. Last time there was like two sheriffs, a local police, and an ambulance. The last major time. So my neighborhood's
Mm-hmm.
not the best, even though I'm in a very tiny town. I can recognize a teen
Well,
flop house
that
fast
doesn't mean,
because.
yeah.
Go
And
ahead.
all you need to do is go to Google, do a search of sexual predators. There's maps that
Oh yeah,
map out your community. They're they are required to register
that doesn't
within
mean they
your
do.
city, state. That doesn't mean they do, but if they do, go pull up a map of your neighborhood and you might be extremely surprised.
Yes, and Also know that if your teens are hanging out at their friend's house, their parents, and I will tell you, if you don't know
Yeah.
where your teens are hanging out, and it's probably a teen flap house, there is at least one predator there. And don't discount women as predators either, because
Right.
that does happen
Oh
too.
yeah, women can just be as bad. Yes. All right, go ahead, hit play, Crazy Bee.
Yep.
Over again by the overwhelming presumption that they are lying, and that there is an ulterior motive for coming forward at this particular moment. Imagine just being an average person holding that secret. Who are any of us to stand up alone against a rich and powerful man whose very freedom will depend on crushing our credibility? P. Diddy, Harvey Weinstein, Donald Trump, Cesar
See?
Chavez, Larry Nassar, Eric Swalwell. Those men know.
Well, at least they were fairly balanced on that. They didn't just do all Republicans who were ever accused. But you notice most of them were Democrats?
Well, yeah, but Swalwell doesn't really seem to be that big of a player. You know what I mean? I didn't consider him to be one, but I guess he is.
He thinks he is.
Seemed,
it doesn't mean he is.
Yeah. Right.
His ego. And that's what I said even before. I've never liked Trump's ego. And I could potentially see him being overly flirtatious with women. There's lots of pictures of him with all kinds of women around him over the years.
Right.
That doesn't mean he was disrespectful to them directly, but you just kind of assume he was kind of a handsy person because of his ego. And that's just my personal opinion, and I probably would have just slapped him up. Well, actually, I don't slap people, I punch.
And then it's real easy then and we've seen that, right, where they dropped a picture of him from the Epstein files with young girls saying that he was a predator, and it turned out to be they were the contestants in one of his pageants.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
So, again, the devil's in the details. You got to look what happened before, during, and after.
Not just in that quick still shot.
Yeah. And even that, and even in that, you don't get the truth sometimes. Probably the majority of the time.
Well, they said the saying used to be a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
But now that we've got AI, Photoshop, all this other shit, photos hold as much credibility as the dementia patient down the road.
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's going to appear that anything that is taken, I could see crime scene photos, any kind of, you're
those
in a
are
car
after the
accident
fact
and
photos. That it's pretty obvious.
But still, when I'm
go ahead.
I could tell you some stories. Say you're in a car accident and you take a photo with your phone, or you do whatever, you can easily go home and manipulate a photo to make it look a little bit worse, a little bit better, so your insurance, whatever it is, you hit your kid, you give them a black eye, and somebody takes a photo and you Photoshop it out. So
although all these
see
women
this
who use filters to make themselves look prettier when they really aren't.
Yes. Yeah, that's
and
true.
The makeup
guys
techniques.
do it too.
Oh my god. Yeah, guys and filters really tripped me out.
Even animals are doing it. I saw dancing dogs today, so go figure.
I think that's more AI.
Yeah. But
same thing.
I'll bet you we see more of forensic experts in photos and videos going forward.
I want to really quickly say hi to Peggy.
Okay. Hey, Peg, how you doing? I see AI really probably taking over some things, and I see this forensic scientist kind of thing.
I don't
Yeah,
trust AI necessarily in forensics, even though,
I know.
yes, they claim it's easier. But I heard a story about a woman from Tennessee that over in Montana was identified as a bank robber. And when they extradited her and all that shit, when they found out months later, we're talking like 6 months something later, it was the dead of winter. They took her in summer, dead of winter. They're like, oh, well, you're free to go. Sorry. And they just threw her out the prison, didn't give her a plane, didn't give her clothing to keep her warm, nothing. The local churches had to get her back to Tennessee. How the fuck are you going to keep using AI if that's the outcomes? And how many more are like
Wow.
that?
Right.
The
And we've
woman had
talked
never
about
been
that.
there.
It's
Yeah.
right. And we've talked about AI. Humans are programming them. So do they lean left? Do they lean right? Or, how are they programming AI?
Mm-hmm. And why didn't people go and double check what AI said?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you like, and this woman had never been to Montana, let alone gone there and robbed the place because she was babysitting the kids while her daughter and her daughter's husband were at work, if I remember correctly. She's just gonna what,
Wow.
take the kids with her on a heist? Go halfway across the country?
I guess.
Make it make. Oh, AI to a
All
degree
right.
is good. The rest, no. Okay,
Yep.
back to article.
Power
Go ahead.
and know how to use it. He thought he was untouchable. He acted with total impunity. He never thought that the consequences of his actions would follow him. Ali Samarco, one of the women who spoke out about Swalwell, who has previously denied allegations of misconduct, told CBS. It's why the women of the Epstein files stayed silent for so long. It's why there are thousands of rape survivors out there right now who have never said a word about what they endured, and maybe never will. Why now? Is just a more palatable version of lying slut. A question based on ignorance about how trauma and society works. A question meant not to elicit fact, but to feed the Jezebel frenzy men always use in their attempt to escape.
Right there. Men always use that excuse to escape. And that is what Eric Swalwell did. It's a lie. It's a flat out false
Mm-hmm.
accusation. Yes, some men will do that. Others ask it for a
But
legitimate
then
answer. Go ahead.
he followed that up with, I apologize to my wife for
Yeah.
the mistakes that I made. And we want what mistakes? Tell us.
Yeah.
Share, share.
Well, we know about Fang Fang.
Don't be right. And my thing is, don't, like I tell the kids, I mean, anybody that knows me, I don't care. You can think the worst thing about me. You can, whatever, you can call me whatever name you want. But once it leaves your lip, it's on,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So in this case, he's letting comments come out of his mouth that is digging his grave deeper and deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you keep the shit in your head? Why?
Guilty
Because it's
conscience.
guilt.
Yup.
Yep, the guilt is coming out. You can't help yourself. Just as Jesus said, you get to a point where you can look at them, we're going to take a look at Gallego, and, his eyes are all bugged out and shit.
Mm-hmm.
One just has to look. We're not stupid. We're not stupid.
No one
If you're
is.
not guilty, then there's nothing to be afraid of. You're going to look
Mm-hmm.
straight at a camera. You're going to look in the eyes of the person and say, I'm not, I didn't do it.
Yeah. Nope.
But once you
And then
start
walk
that
away.
aversion and you're looking up, down, yeah, once you're looking up, down, and sideways and making up, yeah, I didn't do it. Yeah, I swear I didn't do it. I didn't. But, I told my wife and I, she, I asked for her forgiveness. something's going on.
Yep.
Something's going on.
Yep.
And now that we know that there's potentially 30 women at least, what the piss is going on? And this story gets worse. It doesn't get better. So not this article, but his story gets worse.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't we finish this up and be done with it?
Okay.
Or what time is it? It's getting late, Crazy Bee. Why don't we skip this since you guys can listen to it. You get the gist of what we're saying in this editorial. So we're just trying to present something that, we don't agree with. And you have to see this stuff. It's out there. People look at it. They believe it. How do you counter it? I mean, you may believe the article for all I know, and you have strong beliefs in what she's saying. And that could be open to discussion with me to try to seek understanding. What's your position? Here's my position. There's things that you have no idea about me. So some of my stances are extremely strong on certain issues, just like Crazy Bees are. So everybody comes to the table with different experiences. And, somehow we got to try to figure it out. I don't know the answer. Yep. I do find it interesting, though, that it took this long for all of them now, for 30 people to be identified. I do find that rather strange that why didn't it, when he announced his candidacy, why didn't it come out then?
Why didn't it come out before?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It just is odd.
I just don't like that they're using trauma as a crutch for not getting justice or bringing it forward.
Yes. Right.
Sorry, I've got PTSD. I don't do that.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, I hear you. We're okay.
All
right. So this is if you want to read that, or you want me to.
It's up to you. I can read it if you need me to.
Go ahead.
Okay. Eric Swalwell has maintained that none of the allegations against him are true, and now now that he's resigned, we would love to welcome him to a sit down with the FBI to share any information he has. We also encourage and welcome any person with relevant information to any of these matters to speak with us. Door is open to all. FBI, and then 1-800-CALL FBI is their number.
That's from Cash Patel.
Yep.
Yeah, why don't we take a look at some of there's a meme there.
Yeah, he's sitting there with all of it. Hey, they forgot the Epstein files over in the corner.
Yeah.
Resignation check. Now incarceration.
I do think he might see some prison time.
I can only hope.
Yes,
this one.
Yes.
Hold on.
For real. That is yeah. Can we please effing arrest someone, please?
Oh yeah, for the people on Spotify. I'm sorry. I should be reading some of these.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that's voiceover over there.
Could we please effing arrest somebody? Just somebody. Well, not only arrest them, could we please put someone in jail?
Thank you. I want
someone.
So what if you arrest them? They arrested Don Lemon. Look how that's going. They've arrested all kinds of people. It's annoying.
Yeah, look at all the people from the Smolian fraud in Minnesota. One person, 2 people, I think, went to jail.
So far, I don't know. That number might have bumped up.
Yeah.
But even when they do put someone in jail, that doesn't make the news. They don't give us the updates on a national level unless it's against Trump or a Republican. It's like, can we please why do I gotta dig for hours to try and find an update on someone that isn't fake posted by somebody. Please.
Correct.
Let's just say this aged very well.
Right.
When he was complaining about
Correct.
Brett Kavanaugh. Brett Kavanaugh,
Uh-huh.
sorry, not Brent Kavanaugh. Well, there's Brent, I know. So I call bullshit on your entire career in Congress. It has been a disgrace to the American people. That is what Kash Patel said, but it was made by Grok, so we don't know that is factual.
Yeah, we're not sure if that's true.
Mm.
Yeah, and here's
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Oh. So this is based on the from Polymarket. It was posted on X that this was back on March 4th. The
March.
House
Yep, we talked about this.
voted to block the release of congressional sexual misconduct reports. Why would they do that?
357 to 65.
That's all those
That
357
means,
people need to be looked into.
Exactly.
And the 65.
So not only is it right. So not only is it the report, but remember they pay out money and then have NDAs in place. So how many people are involved and how much money has been paid? They voted that the American people have no right to know.
And then we get idiots saying, no kings protest against Trump when the actual kings are in Congress. Frickin' idiots.
Correct.
They're rallying against the wrong person. Oh, it drives me nuts. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's
So we
right.
got,
him and Adam Schiff. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say him and Adam Schiff, yeah.
About Russia collusion, J6.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Both liars. Both out and out liars. Yep.
Jeez,
I don't know who that is.
That's from
that's
Miss Fang Fang, and they blurred out Eric Swalwell's face. Or at least that's what it appears to be. This could be AI. It could be anything. It looks like a really old photo with all the dust speckling, which means there's a filter thrown in too. Or they really have dirty
look
clothing.
At the size of that hand.
Yeah.
That hand and arm looks kind of weird.
Kind of
doesn't match the body.
I would question whether that's real or not. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'd prefer real info. I love the lipstick on the Fang Fang files in this one.
Right. I don't remember gastrointestinal issues or what was Nanny Gate about? I recall the term, but I don't remember exactly what it was about.
I don't recall. That might have been when I was busy.
And what he had gastrointestinal issues. Okay.
I'm not sure.
What, he was full of shit? Is that what we're saying?
I think so. And that's just the picture comparison of the hairline. Arrest made. Russia hoax, 0. Benghazi, 0. COVID, 0. Fauci, 0. J6 committee, 0. Fast and Furious, that was an Obama, 0. Burisma, 0. Afghanistan, 0. Epstein files. Hillary email. Cocaine in the White House. Doge findings. Hunter's laptop, the 2020 election, and Biden's family corruption are all 0. That's in the last, 30 years? Not even 20 years. All the way just back to...
Yeah, that last, yeah.
The furthest one back was the Fast and Furious.
With what's his face? Obama, right?
Fast and Furious, where he gave the cartels all a bunch of drugs.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to catch straw purchasers.
Okay, and let's add, what about the plane load of money that went to Iran in the middle of the night? So how is this possible? Here we go. I'm going to start busting out in song again. For a plain yellow to become a golden carriage. Oh, here we go, Cinderella.
Yep.
Just put me in the corner. Put me
We're
in the
talking
corner.
back to Obama's first term, 2008 to 2014. No, 12. That was Fast and Furious. Need I say more? But I do think this deserves a like and a repost.
Yep.
Oh, those two fighting.
Yeah. Remember? Yeah.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So that quote above was from a legitimate thing he said, just used grok to make Swalwell for prison. Hell yes. Can't come soon enough. We should probably jump into Gallego while we can.
Okay, let's go. Well, there should be. Is there something else on Swalwell?
No, that
Okay,
was
well,
it.
whatever order we have. Okay. All right. So this is Gallego. Gallego. We'll call him
Gallego. I
Gallego.
pronounced it wrong.
This is okay. So this is his best friend. He dismissed rumors of a flirty Swalwell, highlighting a culture of silence. This is from the New York Times, and I believe this was from Scroll Up Crazy Down Crazy B.
Hold on. I gotta also enlarge it. I can't even see it. I don't know how the hell you can.
Okay. Okay, this is from yesterday as well. Senator Ruben Gallego, Democrat of Arizona, acknowledged on Tuesday that he had long heard rumors that Eric Swalwell was flirty with women, but had allowed his longtime friendship with the California Democrat to cloud his judgment and never said or did anything about it.
Wait, but he said it
The
emphatically
disclosure
there was
from,
no.
well, yeah. The disclosure from him harbors presidential aspirations came on the same day that Swalwell resigned from Congress in the face of multiple allegations. A former member of the House who spent considerable time with Swalwell and served as chair of his short-lived 2020 presidential campaign, Gallego said that he had never witnessed him engaging in any such behavior and that Swalwell had misled and manipulated him into believing the accusations of harassment and assault against him were false. Really? You're that gullible. Oh my Lord, help
Why are
us.
you in Congress?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is somebody that we're giving power to help govern the American people, and your judgment is so poor that you are to be able to be led astray by someone.
Sounds about
That
right.
you can't make a determination between fact and fiction, truth and a lie. Seriously?
Uh-huh.
He said that he had never saw him engage in any of predatory behavior, harassment, or assault. But in his account provided a glimpse into the roots of a culture of secrecy and silence on Capitol Hill that, years after the Me Too movement, has continued to allow men like Swalwell to serve and ascend the ranks of power, even when there are whispers of misbehavior with women. Gallego said he regretted not having confronted Swalwell about the rumors he had heard. He's so fucking full of shit.
Yeah.
He's strap into a lie detector.
He's an idiot.
Look, yeah, he goes, look, we all heard rumors in Washington, D.C. about Swalwell for many years, Gallego said to more than a dozen reporters during an emotional news conference. But he added, no one ever thought that the accusations were of the nature that came out. And I'm going to tell you what, as a fucking HR executive, the first inkling of any type of inappropriate misbehavior is immediately investigated.
Yep.
Rumor, or not. It is brought forward, and I've conducted many investigations. I mean, I told you the story
We
yesterday
lost you, D.
about. I'm here.
D?
I'm here, crazy bee. I'm here.
I can't hear you.
Hey,
Oh, there you are. That was so strange.
all right.
I lost you, but you were still going. Everyone else could hear you, it seemed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you the story yesterday about the executive that was in his office naked,
Mm-hmm.
having relations with somebody via the computer, one of our board members.
That's a very
And I
bad
had to deal.
relationship to have.
I mean, this, as soon as there, I mean, where is there? They claim they have an ethics committee. They claim, I believe, they have a HR people there. I'm telling you, Trump needs to. I told you today that I'm at the point of blowing up Trump's Truth Social thing and saying, you know, you need a real American citizen, somebody that is down in the fucking trenches, not tied to any pharmaceutical, business, political thing, whatever, to tell you what the fuck is going on.
I wouldn't
Because I
trust the
don't know
people he's
who
got
has
around
his
him.
ear. I don't know who has his ear. Wait till you guys see what we have planned for next week. You are going to fucking die. This almost put me over the edge today with what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how this shit, if there's an inkling for decades that sexual inappropriateness, either male or female, is going on, it is immediately investigated, stopped, and you're fired.
Yeah.
You know what? If it's found to be true, you're fired. No benefits, no nothing. You're out.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? What is going on that they have time? They're not in their asses aren't sitting in the seat. They're not listening to bills being introduced. They're not passing legislation. They're never in their offices. They're out
Yep.
partying. What are they doing over in the WEF? What are they doing, you know, going to all these other countries, going to Ukraine and, you know, all these other places? What the fuck is going on?
Well,
Oh,
what
here
was
we
my
go. Shut
governor
up.
doing at the WEF?
Yep, just shut up. Here we go. I'm getting riled up again.
Yep.
I can't stand it. I really can't because I don't get it. Where the people with I'm really starting to lose faith in Trump. I really am.
I can understand some
Because
of
I
his
don't
policies that he's doing, but some of his choices in who to trust is absolute garbage.
mm-hmm.
I don't like that he's that.
Well, I said it yesterday and I'm going to put it out there. Is he part of the problem and we just don't know it? And he's had us all hoodwinked?
Well, I complained about him in 2020. I had my reasons, and it got me in trouble on a lot of platforms. But I
Well,
stand by. I still hold that. He didn't think to get a second opinion from a completely different wing, but yet they run with Tylenol causes autism with one half-assed done study. I read the study. It's
right.
garbage. Tylenol, there's very little to no proof that it causes autism, but Trump and RFK ran with it. And how many women ended up overdosing on Tylenol just to be spiteful?
Mm-hmm.
It can do liver damage. It can kill you. I mean, it's a medication. Even though it's over the counter, it doesn't mean you take handfuls of it at a time.
Right.
This is my thing, is he doesn't always think before he puts things out. He doesn't always get a second opinion. He is trusting people that are not necessarily trustworthy. I
Exactly.
have issues with it.
I am so distraught over what is, you know, we keep saying it over and over. If you go back, we've been doing this now for 1 year. over a year now. There isn't one thing, not one, in this country that's run right,
Yep.
that doesn't have a problem, that doesn't have fraud attached to it, that doesn't have abuse attached to it, that isn't fucked up somehow. That the American people, Americans, are getting fucked over day after day after day.
Yep.
And I told you this morning, what did I say? I hope
can't
that
remember.
the
We said a
comet
lot of
hits.
things.
Yeah. I hope that the comet, that God just sends the
Oh, yeah.
comet now and just evaporates us. Just poof,
The
be
whole
gone.
planet.
Because the whole fucking planet, just poof us out of space. Because I have no faith from anybody. Healthcare.
I'm sorry, I'm going to do it funny here. I'm going to take a line from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. All aliens follow the dolphins.
Yeah. Well, the oceans are fucked too. So where are
Well,
they
no,
going to
no,
go?
no. The dolphins
You
really
know,
were
with
aliens have you ever read the book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
that had right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they took
I
off
haven't seen it in
before
a long
Earth got destroyed. So, yeah,
Zap.
yep.
I mean, it's our healthcare, our leadership, our educational system, our religious institutions. What else? Communities. You know what I mean? There isn't one thing that is going right.
And it's not going to until
Not one.
enough of us peons get sick of it and do a who was that, the one Louis the 16th that got it, and yes, my son Louis Pierre. Oh, my bad, my brain. And then what was it that Queen Mary let him eat cake, or which one was that?
Yeah.
My brain's not firing on all
Yeah.
cylinders tonight. I know the reference, I can't remember it, but yeah, I say
Yeah, that
Marie
wasn't
Antoinette.
Mary.
Thank
That
you.
was
Yeah, it was
yes,
Marie Antoinette.
Yep.
My
Yep.
son
Let them
just
eat cake.
Yep, my son strolled in and corrected me. He's now
Yep.
he quotes history like I do now. I won him over. But no, I'm serious. I'm not.
Extremely. It's disturbing.
It really is. And I've had it with this. But again, I don't want to see violence on American soil. I think it should be an absolute last resort. I don't think we should go that route right now.
You gotta remember, the Montpierre guy, I think, he guillotined so many people that he himself got guillotined.
Yes, that's the one. Thank you, my son. God, I love my kids taking after me. But and I don't know, something's got to give. I know there are ways to remove people from office for dereliction of duty, and that is what almost everyone in Congress has done. My personal opinion.
Right.
This has got to stop. It's been going on for too long.
Yeah, this is too long. Yeah, and this is going to be part of our discussion that we're going to be having next week, because the Republican Party is betraying us. And yes, it's bad with what's going on. And so we are going to ask people to participate via the chats or sending us information directly via the DMs in Discord.
Or in the chats, because I can copy them from the chat and pull them up.
Right. Yeah, so we're gonna try a little bit different schematic next week. Because we are both. I know there's good in the world, but I'm going to tell you what. To be quite honest,
there's not enough.
I don't want to leave the current world to my grandchildren the way it is. I'm scared to death about what kind of life they're going to have, what this place is. And I know that every generation goes through this.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember my grandparents. I remember my mother, my dad, and everybody saying, how bad things are and, oh, they wish for the old days or whatever. But we are at a precipice of, I think, I truly believe 2028 is going to be the huge turning point. And if everything is going to align the way it looks like it's going to, we're fucked.
I don't know. Kamala Harris is talking
We
about
really
running
are.
again, so maybe not.
Oh God, help us.
No,
I
I
don't
want
know.
her to. JD
Uh,
Vance would have it so easy.
no. Oh no. Well, yeah. Just wait till you haven't seen the other stuff that I have to show you
I've seen
that I
my state
found.
governor
Because
wants to throw his hat into the presidential race. He ain't gonna get it.
yeah,
He might get in trouble. He
yeah,
might be spending his presidential campaign from jail with the way my local state is talking. So
yeah. And you've been talking about that for months, and they still haven't done anything to
because
him.
it takes time.
Another one.
It takes time. I know, and they got to get everybody. Well, most of the state agrees. I don't know what's going on. I know that the one part of the state Congress, you know how they have the House and the Senate and the state level. One side has actually brought forth the motions. I can't remember if it was voted on that side, and then the other side has to go through with it too. So,
Right. Yeah.
and
Just
when
the
will they
same
get
as the
to
federal.
it?
So yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's got to be their speakers got to bring it up. Their majority leader, all of that. It
hmm
just is.
Well, he got in
It
trouble
is
for
sheer
keeping back
craziness.
the
And
Medicaid and Medicare records of the fraud that's going on in our state for that stuff. Um,
hmm
he was trying to withhold the information to make sure no illegals were on the system. The state's like, look, that's partially federally funded. You don't get to say. They have the full
right,
say because they help fund it. They absolutely have the right.
right.
And so he was forced to give it over. And it's being worked on a federal level now. And I mean, I'm keeping an eye on it as best I can, and it's absolutely insane. Like I said, $11 million in travel expenses in just 1 year, or was it? I think it might have been
Yep.
more than that. But like, dude, why are we paying for your skiing trip to Aspen, Colorado, on taxpayer dollars?
Right,
Like,
right,
so yeah, and my state's, as far as I know, most of them are Republican. There's only, a handful of cities that are actually Democrat. So it might get done. Is just it does take time for legal proceedings and everything. We see it in even a basic criminal case. It can take over a year to try someone for a simple assault and battery. And then it takes even longer to actually
exactly.
give the
Yep,
punishment out. It's just so tied
exactly.
up. The systems are so tied up with so many things right now, but I don't want
Yeah.
government
Well,
to expand.
that. Yeah. I was gonna. In fact, I could probably pull a couple articles for tomorrow, perhaps, or just I'll even tell you, and you guys can go look it up yourself. But that Carmelo Anthony and oh gosh, what was the other kid's name? Now I lost it.
Oh,
Eric
the
Metcalf,
Metcalf, yes.
the face, yeah, the football player that was killed by the uh, African American plunged the knife into his chest. They raised over $1 million. He was able to graduate high school. He is out of jail. He spent 12 days in jail. He is attending college
hmm
after while he's awaiting trial.
Because the
How?
jails are full, probably.
How is it that, see, this is what I'm talking about, the craziness of it all.
Well, I know if
If
you can
you're
make
that,
bail, you're
if
allowed to
you're
get
able,
out.
he was at a
Oh, yeah,
million
that's right.
dollar bail. They
Then they,
reduced it to 250, and then they claimed that it got even lowered. but he
Yeah.
raised over $1 million. And that guy that was supporting him, that was
Scammed them.
his yes, he scammed them. He was actually they think that they're going to be able to go after him and another guy on federal charges because they were
Uh-huh.
carrying guns and they were both had prison sentences. So they think that they're going to be able to get them. But
What the
this is
fuck?
this demonstrates how messed up things are.
Mm-hmm.
That you have a young kid that is so that cannot control his emotions that he's able to allegedly kill somebody and be free.
But you see, in most cases, they're like, oh,
Not
because
sit
no
in
dad
prison
was
and
in the
wait.
home, but dad was in the home. What were mom and dad like?
Exactly.
What were mom and dad like
Yeah,
before this? How violent was that situation that he might have been exposed to? You
exactly.
got to look at the home life.
Right.
And then if that home life was really good, you got to
Well,
look into mental illness. But in the meantime, it
right,
goes to he was not being taught self control, he was not being
right.
taught how to
Well,
cope.
see, and this crazy bee goes back to when I made that comment the other day about abortion for women that or men that don't want to have that child. I don't believe in abortion, but I'll tell you what, if you don't want that baby that bad, one way or another, that you're willing to kill that child, I would rather that baby not be brought into this world and have you be bad parents to it,
Well, and again,
or
we
to
don't
have you
know
just,
what the parents were like. No
we
one's
don't
brought
know,
that up.
but
Has anyone thought to look into
we
it?
need to, yeah, we need to look at this stuff statistically. We need to look at it from uh, racial components. So all of that needs to be mapped out and looked at to be able to make accurate determinations
Mm-hmm.
on what is going on. And again, as we both said, there's no reason in this day and age, with few exceptions, that a woman should become pregnant.
Well, I mean, his parents were married. It's not like they were even living in the same house. It's not like they were divorced. He was growing up in a home with two parents that were both hardworking and made good money. What was his
Right?
excuse? Now, on the front, it
Right.
looks good, but
But
behind the
what's going
scenes,
on in the back end?
yeah,
What's going on? Yep.
maybe they are the perfect
That you're
parents.
that you're well, I find that hard to believe that, you know, I don't think that somebody escalates that quickly. There
Um,
has to be indicators.
Actually, my brother went through a really bad time, and he still has struggles with it but his brainstem was crushed at birth. We don't know this kid's medical records. There are medical conditions that do cause rage. There are behavioral conditions. For all we knew, that kid was using steroids, the anabolic steroids that a lot of coaches like to push on
This
their
is true.
sports.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
don't know the
Yep.
full story of him. And so I can think of, from a medical perspective and psychological perspective, a few different things that could cause it. I
But none of
absolutely
that
can.
has been none of that has been disclosed.
And they
None of
can't
that has
because
been stated in it.
it's medical records, and those are sealed unless used as evidence. And until we know whether they're being brought in as evidence against him or in his defense, I don't know, because we ain't heard shit from the defense either, other than he was a good
Exactly.
kid.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, we don't know what they're doing. We don't know if there's a reason.
But
Maybe they didn't think of it.
there was somebody there was somebody I listened to that had a very valid point. The reason that this escalated was this was black on white.
Very likely.
And if this was black on black, we would have never heard about it. The money for him would have never been raised. The $1 million wouldn't have been raised. And money for the victim wouldn't have been raised. And all
Yep.
you got to do is take a look at Chicago
For proof.
to make the proof of what we're saying.
DC is also a
Just
really
take a
bad
look at every
area.
single. Yeah. Well, they claim that got
Well,
cleaned
yeah.
up with Trump bringing in the National
DC
Guard.
before Trump brought
Yeah.
in the National Guard was another
Yeah.
proof. New York City.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
LA, quit counting half the stuff as crime.
Yeah. Yes.
Everything got dropped like 4 degrees.
But Chicago, yeah. But Chicago would be a perfect study ground to go in and take a look at this stuff.
My stepdad's from South Central.
Every
or
single
that's
weekend.
he's from
Yeah.
that South Chicago, Cook County, where it's really
Yeah.
bad. Cook County is bad. I mean, there was a song back in the 50s about Cook County. Bad Leroy
Wow.
Brown was about Cook County.
Oh,
The
I
area.
remember it.
Yeah.
Bad Leroy Brown.
Yes.
Baddest son in the whole damn town.
Yep. If you listen to the song, it's a story about where it was located and everything. South Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
man
bad.
in the
whole damn town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, bad area. All the way back into the 40s. It was a bad area.
Yes, ma'am.
It still is today. It has only gotten worse. Yeah, you ain't got mobsters running around with little Tommy guns and all this stuff. Well, they're not little. Shit, I've seen a Tompkin. Holy fuck,
No,
those things are big.
You got young kids. You got 12-year-olds with guns.
Yeah, a little girl
that are in gangs.
Well, there was a little girl in a McDonald's parking lot. She was killed. The dad was severely wounded because of a shootout nearby. He wasn't even the target. And then some jackass kids went and decided to pee on the grave and post it on the internet. And still, nothing is done. You don't hear about these things, but in rare circumstances when it actually gets brought up. It pisses me off that, Chicago can just turn a blind eye, but, white people bad. Have you seen your communities?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen your city? White people barely exist there. I had a cousin who worked in Chicago but would take his personal plane back to Michigan when he was not at work. He made enough money to do it.
Jeez.
It was just that bad. You don't stay in Chicago if you don't have to. It's bad.
Yeah, I went to I won't tell you what year, but it was way back. I went to Chicago for a conference, and I went to a hotel, medium price range hotel. And I met up with some people that I knew, and they said, Dee, you're in a really bad part of Chicago. I'm like, what are you talking about? The event, the big sponsor of the event said that this was one of the hotels we were to go to. They're like, Dee, we want you out. And that night I packed all my stuff up and went to their hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point on, we traveled together. We didn't go anywhere, alone.
Yep.
And I had no idea. You know what I mean? I'd go in and fly into different cities all the time. And you never think when you're traveling to go, okay, let me look at the crime stats.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in New Orleans, that was, yeah,
that's another
that
dangerous
was a sight to behold. Yes, extremely dangerous. And yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Let's not forget certain parts of Florida.
Yeah, I was in San Francisco, and I got sick, and the nurses that I were with, they took me to the hospital, and they wanted to run some tests, and then they gave me medication plus pain medication. They put me in a taxi cab, and somehow I got out of the cab before I even made it back to my own hotel. The next day, I had somehow picked up a prescription. I had gone to some freaking store and had bananas and apples, and I have no idea what the fuck happened.
That sounds like it was at a time when they were pushing opioids without necessity.
I have no clue where I was, what I did, or how I got back to the hotel. No clue. I woke up the next morning to one of the girls I worked with knocking on my door, asking me if I was okay. And I'm like, where did this all, you know what I mean? Like, how'd this happen?
Yeah. That was back like,
Very weird.
or probably around the, like, I
Yep.
remember even being told, here, take some Norco for a sprained ankle. Here's some Vicodin for a sprained ankle. It's
Uh-huh.
a sprained ankle. Give me Motrin 800. I'll live. What the
There you
fuck are you
go.
giving me
Yep.
narcotics for? Oh, well,
But yeah, yeah. But that's stupid stuff that when you go somewhere, you don't think to look at the crime. Like right
Mm-hmm.
now, Myrtle Beach is we honeymooned in Myrtle Beach. And
Won't go
right
there
now
now.
I've seen videos. Crime is just rampant there.
Mm-hmm.
Gangs. I mean, it's how? I mean,
I
look at
can
New York City.
I've been to some really rough neighborhoods when I did home health care. Throughout Detroit, Flint, Grand Rapids, I've been to some rough areas, okay? I mean, places where there is one or two occupied houses in a 4 block stretch or
Mm-hmm.
more. And I have been
Yep.
into some, but like I've been in crack houses and had to get the doctor out because he didn't realize it was a crack house. I mean, I've been in some shit
Mm-hmm.
situations. I would not go back to those locations now, 6 years, 7 years later,
Oh, hell
because
no.
I know how bad it's
No.
gotten. Just talking about the
Yeah.
surrounding Detroit. No one's talking about Detroit itself.
Yep.
Let's talk about Highland Park. Let's talk about Hamtramck. Well, we do talk about Hamtramck. Let's talk about some of the East
Right.
Point. East Point made the news. East Point used to be one of the best places to live in Michigan. You lived there if you were rich. And a McDonald's
Mm-hmm.
coworker went in and killed her manager because she didn't like the way she was being treated. And it was a typical McDonald's. I've worked at McDonald's. It
Right.
is a shit job. You don't make a living off of McDonald's. You use it as a jump start to the next
To
job.
something else. Yep. Exactly.
So, sorry, you don't like it? Find a different job. Quit. Go work somewhere else. Transfer to a
Mm-hmm.
different McDonald's. And I'm telling you, there's more than one McDonald's near East Point that this chick could have gotten to. The whole point is, I would not go back to these neighborhoods to save my life right now. I would wait for an apocalypse to
Yeah.
happen before I go
Yeah.
back. I'd better off
Exactly.
battling
I told
zombies.
you. Yeah. Yep. I had to play scab paramedic when the paramedics went out on strike.
Mm-hmm.
And the neighborhoods that we went into,
Yeah.
the houses that we went into, there were
Uh-huh.
literally rooms that crawled. I
Yes.
mean, I would come home and just strip. We
Uh-huh.
had a side door that you could go to. I'd strip and I'd wrap them clothes in a garbage bag and throw them out because I had no idea what the fuck was on me. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean? Either from drugs, bugs, BC. I mean,
Y-
jeez,
Bodily
you
waste. Yes.
can't.
I've
You
been in hoarders'
yeah,
homes. Yes.
yeah. Hoarders homes. Yep. You couldn't pay me to be a paramedic. You couldn't pay me to be a first responder. I give
Mm-hmm.
them a lot of credit and they get paid such shit wages.
Well, look at me. I was making 14.50 an hour, driving all over the
Right.
frickin' place, going into homes where my shoes were sticking to the carpet because
Uh
they
huh.
didn't have a
Yep.
carpet cleaner. And this woman's like 80, 90 years old, and she can't steam vac her carpet no more. But her kids and everyone in the house are just, don't even get me started. It's sad to see women and men with such pride in the homes they built stuck in a bed watching the next generations destroy what they built. And I
Right.
mean, these
Right.
were black families and white families and all kinds of families that built these homes in Detroit when black people were allowed to build homes in Detroit. They built these homes with their bare hands.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these homes were gorgeous. And to see what their children and grandchildren and great grandchildren were doing to them, heartbreaking.
Yep.
Absolutely heartbreaking. because they built
Yep.
that home. They didn't leave. They didn't leave during the riots. They didn't leave during this. They didn't even partake in the riots. Their homes almost got burned down. They survived so much to keep their home. And now it wasn't even being properly taken care of. They can't even bother
Right.
to sweep the floor. They can't even bother to vacuum or steam clean the carpets. I
Yep.
mean, it's just this lack of respect is the biggest thing I think of this younger generation. And I know we're going over on time, but I've even seen it with my own relatives my age. Oh, they get a house, they get a mortgage for it, then they just don't bother paying it, and then they move to the next place. And by the way,
Right.
it's got holes in the walls. They were growing weed in the basement. There's pipes that are broken, illegal gas and electric hookups. I've seen this in my own family, and my family is quite racially diverse. Okay, it's just a generational thing that, and it's not everyone from the generation, because I'm talking Gen X through millennials that literally just, oh, my car broke down, throw it away, get a new one. This broke down, oh well, move on to the next
Right.
place, to the next, to the next, to the next. They don't ever maintain what they have to keep it.
Right.
Where's the pride?
Yep.
Take pride in maintaining your home. I'm not the first one to speak. I'm a terrible housekeeper, especially now that I'm in bed, because I'm more of a lawn and car person and maintain the home repairs. I'm not the get on, well, I have done it. I can clean, but it's not my preference. I would rather do the other stuff and someone else can do the cleaning. But it's still, have a little bit of pride to at least maintain your home. And if you can't maintain the inside, at least maintain the outside. Do
Right.
something.
Right.
Like in my case, I can't get out of bed, so I harp on the kids and my ex-husband about it. And I hear about it all day long and constant complaints about, I don't want to, I don't want to. I ask for one thing from you each day. My daughter gets up in the middle of the night and gets all of it done, or a good chunk of it done. She busts her ass. She's a good housekeeper, but she does it at night. So, have some respect for your stuff, have your car. Why is it that people leave trash and junk in their car, clothing in their car? Take care of it. I'm waiting for people to quit needing to borrow our car so we can go through and fully steam clean the carpets, do a full wash down of the inside and the outside, put the seat covers over the torn seats in the car, because the previous owner didn't take care of it. Like, just the more you respect your thing, it saves you money. It actually saves you money to maintain your car in the long run than to keep buying new ones. I don't think people know
Right.
that. It's just,
Yep.
it bugs me.
I sent you a couple things I'd like to, if you have time. We can finish this article tomorrow, but there's a couple things popping up on X
I
about
think
Gallego.
you sent it twice. Oh no, it's two people,
No, they're two different things.
two different X posts using the same video.
I don't know if is it the same video? I thought they
It
were talking different things, but
it looks like they're using the same video.
okay, go ahead and at least play the first one.
Copy link. Sorry, you're gonna see our homepage with all of our little bookmarks. Okay. Okay, so. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. Yep.
This is him
I
talking
don't know
about
what's going on with his family,
Swalwell.
but it's definitely a horrible situation for family. They're using that as a cover to attack me right now because they can't do it. They couldn't take back.
Oh, he is getting attacked too. Okay.
Yes.
And
So a former
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
former Gallego staffer says she rejected his sexual advance, reported to the chief of staff, and was fired in retaliation. She is fully expected to expose it very soon. Congress has whispered about this for years. Now it's exploding just as his buddy Swalwell implodes.
Okay.
When will Gallego resign?
I do see the second one is completely different. Let's cover this really fast too, cause
Okay.
damn.
Okay.
Go ahead while I get the links.
So yeah, Gallego served his pregnant wife with divorce papers, and he's now making himself the victim admit explosive Swalwell allegations, saying that he was manipulated. Do you want to play that, Crazy B?
1 second.
It's only 14.
I'm adding the links to the description.
Okay.
This might be the same thing.
How did you not know about the allegations? So considering you
Oh, yeah,
chaired
it's
his
the same
presidential
thing.
campaign, wouldn't some of
Okay.
this have come up? Some of those
1
allegations
second.
predated when he ran for office.
Again, this man led a double life. He lied to us. He lied to his family, lied to his constituents. Some of the most powerful people in this country, you know, even before he ran, he was trusted with some positions that normally we would never think someone like this could do if they're leading that double life. And again, I was manipulated. I was lied to, and everyone else was too.
Yeah.
Honest to God, how do you even?
I don't know. I don't know.
How?
I don't know.
I mean, he's got to be either knows or he's really freaking stupid.
Uh-huh. Or he's part of the problem and just is covering his ass.
Right.
Doing a CYA.
Right. Well, go back up to the other. Can you pull the other one with the staffer? It's the same video?
Yeah,
Okay.
same 14-second video.
Okay.
Oh, they did 1 minute and 44 seconds, so the longer. But we've covered it in the
other one.
The body language guy. He
right. Okay.
covered this.
So it'll be very interesting to see. We'll have to keep an eye out. We can finish him off tomorrow. We have a bunch of info with him, as well as I think another piece on Swalwell. Don't hold me to that. I can't remember. It's all starting to blur right this second. But
yeah,
we will finish off this topic tomorrow and kind of go from there. So with that being said, again, thank you for joining, Rex Sister. If you haven't done so, please give us a like. Or if you're out on X, give us a heart. If you're out on Rumble, give us a follow or a like. Don't forget to subscribe. You can make any kind of comment you want as long as it's a halfway decent comment.
Respectful is the only thing that matters, really, in my opinion.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Subscribe and set your notification. We will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you haven't done so already, please join the Discord, where conversations continue between subscribers, members. Friendships are made. We have a music channel. There'll be a recipes channel. Politics are discussed.
Funny stuff.
There's some games that are played. Yeah, fun stuff to do. So if you haven't done so, feel free to join the Discord. That's in our link tree that we have. So, which is in our description. And with that, Crazy B, I'm done.
And I'll tell everyone to stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. We'll catch y'all on the next one.